So, a cascading style sheet is basically this style section right here for every single page in your website. So, I'm just going to delete that, and you know what, I'll also just delete this guy right here as well. And I'm just going to make a couple more pages here, and I'm going to change something about each of them. So this one's going to say, hello world, just so we can see a difference. And this one will just have a bunch of random gibberish on it. And you know what, we'll even get rid of the welcome to Thimble. It also has random gibberish. And you know what, this one will also say hello world. Just so that we can visually, in a split second, see that there's difference between all four of these pages right here. Because we know all four of these pages are different. They may say index 5, index 4, index 3, so on and so forth, but we can see over here on the right-hand side they're different. But you'll notice each and every one of them in this header section has this thing where it says link, rel, style sheet, href, style.css. Same thing right here, link, rel, style sheet, href, style.css. Same thing right here, and same thing right here. So, what does all that mean? That means that each and every one of these pages is linking to this page right here, style.css. And what is it using it as? It's using it as a style sheet. So instead of having to type style and type in all that sort of fun stuff to change all the width and height and color and background color and all that other sort of fun stuff on each and every page, because could you imagine if you had a website of 100 pages? Would you like to make a style section for all 100 pages? Probably not. So what they all have is they all have this thing to reference a style sheet. And that style sheet, that .css, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet, by the way, that style sheet has all your styles. So right now, look at these pages. The body has a background color of white. Oh look, every single one of these pages has a background color of white. And they have a font family of sans serif. If you notice, all these fonts are sans serif. There is, you know, the MAKE. None of those have the little wing things at the top or bottom. Now, this guy does because that's not a sans serif font, but you'll notice that's not part of the family for the body. That's part of H1, and the H1 is a serif font. And as you see, it has little hats and feet on the letters. So sans serif means without serif. So without the little feet and without the little hats on the top of the things. And you'll notice there's a color of that, whatever. But if you notice, I'm just going to change the background color here. I'll just change the background color to sky blue. Let's go with sky blue there. Now you'll notice on all of these pages, each and every one of them is sky blue. And you know what? I'm going to make a new area here. I'm going to make a new area because we've got ourselves a body. We've got ourselves a H1. Let's add something for a paragraph. So remember, P was for paragraph, right? And look at how it's even doing it. It's doing it with these little curly brackets. So curly bracket. And you know what? I'm going to make my paragraph. I'm going to have it a background. Whoops. What helps when I can spell. Background color. It'll even show me background color. Background color of, I don't know, let's pick white. There we go. Actually, no, let's pick black. Pick black. There we go, and I'll end it with a semicolon, because I have to end it with a semicolon when I'm inside these little curly brackets. So now, if you'll notice, each and every one of these paragraphs, the paragraph parts have a black background on them. But you know, it's kind of hard to read grayish text on a black background. So, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to change the color to white. And now, the color, the font color specifically, is white. And it's white on each and every one of these pages. Because each and every one of these pages is referencing this style sheet. So you'll only need one style sheet for every single website. In theory you could have more, but you're only going to need one for this assignment. So, that's how it all goes. And of course the same rules apply. If I were to go into this and change, oh no, this one's going to have a, style, equals color red, and if you'll notice, even though, everything else is still following that cascading style sheet, this guy right here has red font instead of white font. Why? Because I specifically coded in there saying, hey, I want something different. I want something different than the default that we're linking to. And where were we linking to once again? We were linking to this guy, and there's the P section right there for paragraph. But I went under this P right here and changed it to red. However, if I were to make a new paragraph, and I type in whatever it is I want, because I never specified anything different, this paragraph right here is once again defaulting back to our style sheet, where I told it to be white. And I told it to be white right there. So, that's generally how a cascading style sheet works. So, it's all a hierarchy of what takes precedence, and of course, the smaller you get, the more minute detail you can go. But generally, if you want everything to pretty much be the same color or the same size or the same font or whatever, it's generally a better idea to change it in the style sheet, because would you rather change it once or would you rather change it 100 times? Right? So, there's that. Now let's go into some list items.